Salam, everybody. We're going to go ahead and get started. Apologies for the late start time. My name is Rania Beatrice. I'm a first-generation Palestinian American. And during a time... Oh, hello. Can you all hear me now? Sorry about that. During a time when holding pain and multiple truths at the same time is made to seem impossible, the number of members of Congress supporting a permanent ceasefire continues to grow, with 45 representatives and 4 senators now calling for a permanent ceasefire. We appreciate the moral clarity of this growing group of members and the leadership of so many organizations involved in this hunger strike. We are proud to stand together as we demand President Biden ensure a permanent ceasefire now in order to save lives. I'd like to welcome Representative Jackson to share his remarks.
I'd like to give a very special thank you to all of the activists that have made this day possible. Thank you for your courage. Thank you for your moral clarity on standing on the side of innocence, on standing on the side of justice, on standing on the side of humanitarian relief and efforts. Not one child should be killed that has been held hostage by Hamas. We recognize them as an instrument of terror, but these children have done nothing wrong to cut off the water, to cut off the electricity, to cut off the food supply. That should give us all moral outrage. We want to stand on the side of reconciliation. We do not believe that people are born to be mortal enemies. There is a path for peace. And we want to now seize upon this moment where there is humanitarian aid that's flowing. Too many children have died. Too many innocent are suffering as we speak. We're demanding an end to this act of vengeance and war. We know there is a more excellent path. And I want to commend all of those congressional leaders and the Senate that have now joined us in our calls for a ceasefire. Now that we see humanitarian aid that's flowing, now that we see families that are being reconnected, now that we see the Palestinian children that have been released from jails, now that we have seen those that were kidnapped and abducted into Gaza being returned to Israel, to their families, this is a day of thanksgiving. This is a day for joy for those that are true peacemakers. We stand on the side of reconciliation. What does reconciliation look like? Reconciliation says that we will have clean hearts and are willing to get dirty hands. We're willing to do the hard work to bring people back together. We do not believe people are born to be enemies. We have seen too much bloodshed, and we stand here with a sense of moral outrage, with our courage and our conviction. And let me tell you, I am so proud to stand with my sister, my friend, my colleague, the Honorable Rashida Tlaib, who has championed this cause from day one. She is a true patriot. She is a true soldier for freedom and justice, and we thank her for her continued courage. We keep her lifted up in prayers, keep her in the hollow of her hand, ask for her protection. She has moral courage, and at this time I would like for Congresswoman Rashida Tlaib to come and speak to us.
Thank you so much to Congressman Jackson.
You hold it.
No, I don't know if you want to. Okay, so sorry. Thank you all so much. Thank you for your incredible courage. When the councilman called me and said he wanted to put this together, the mama bear in me said, "Are you sure?" And so, but he's here courageously and brought so many incredible people with him that support this movement to save lives, no matter faith or ethnicity. And I can't thank you all from the bottom of my heart for trying to continue to save lives. I'm proud to stand in solidarity with the courageous elected officials and activists on this hunger strike, and the millions of Americans right now calling for a ceasefire and the end to the violence. Thank you for making your voices heard and for your courage in this moment to stand on the right side of history. I know it has not been easy. When my colleagues and I first called for a ceasefire, and in this building right behind you, they called us repugnant and disgraceful. Well, let me say this. The bombing of innocent civilians and children is repugnant and disgraceful. The refusal to support a ceasefire and an end to violence in the killing is repugnant and disgraceful. Our president calling on Congress to fund more bombs that are being dropped on innocent civilians is repugnant and disgraceful. Netanyahu continues to want to restart this genocidal bombing campaign with President Biden's support. We cannot look away, my friends. We cannot look away, America. We must ensure that everyone sees exactly what the extremist Netanyahu is doing to thousands of innocent Palestinian civilians, especially children, who are being starved in Gaza and pulled out of the rubble. The brutal reality of the occupation and apartheid has been exposed for all to see. We know that there is a concerted effort to silence those speaking up for peaceful coexistence and human rights of all people. We will not be silent. Fighting to save lives, no matter faith or ethnicity, should not be controversial, especially when the majority of Americans support a ceasefire. 71% of Michigan Democrats in my district support a ceasefire. 75% of Democrats across the country and 50% of Republicans support a ceasefire. So yes, why is it that my colleagues are scared to even say the words, utter the word ceasefire? I know the United Nations General Assembly voted to support a ceasefire 120 to 14. All of the major human rights organizations support a ceasefire. The African National Congress, the party of anti-apartheid hero Nelson Mandela, supports a ceasefire. The Pope supports a ceasefire. This isn't controversial. It's long past time for my colleagues to recognize our shared humanity and the value of all human life. Our movement for a permanent ceasefire is only growing stronger, and I'm grateful for each and every single one of your voices here today. We will continue to demand a permanent ceasefire, demand the immediate delivery of enough humanitarian aid to Gaza, demand the release of all hostages and those arbitrarily detained, and demand that every American, those that are left, to come home, and demand that the Palestinian people live free from occupation. The path to peace must include addressing the root causes of the conflict and ending the blockade and occupation that is starving Palestinians. The Palestinian people deserve to live with equal rights, freedom, and human dignity. I will continue to say this over and over again. And the Israeli government has killed over 14,000 Palestinians in Gaza, including 6,000 children. 1.7 million Palestinians have been displaced from their home. When this pause in the violence expires, all I keep thinking about is asking my colleagues, how many more lives? How many more lives will be enough? How many more children need to be killed? How many more families have to be traumatized and torn apart? There is nothing humanitarian, my friends, about giving innocent civilians a few days of rest before they are bombed again. We are calling to the end to violence permanently and not a break in the violence. The temporary pause is not enough. We need a permanent ceasefire now. For our president, the President Biden, please, you must listen to the voices of the majority of Americans and the majority of Democrats who are calling for a ceasefire now. Again, thank you so much for your incredible courage and for those that continue to speak up and say ceasefire now. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Congresswoman Tlaib. And now it's my pleasure to introduce Congresswoman Bush.
Let me start by saying just thank you to everyone for being here today. And a special note of gratitude to my colleagues who've been here, those who are still here, to Representative Tlaib, of course, to Rep. Jackson, speaking up to demand a ceasefire now. Before I get started, I would like to speak directly to the brave souls who are here today participating in a hunger strike, a strike for a permanent ceasefire. You shouldn't have to go on a ceasefire, on a hunger strike in order to demand the United States government facilitate a permanent ceasefire. You shouldn't have to starve yourselves in order to tell the United States government to stop its complicity in the starving of millions of people in Gaza. You shouldn't have to risk your health and your well-being to draw attention to the tens of thousands of people who have been killed and will continue to be killed if we don't enact a permanent ceasefire now. Palestinians, as my sister said several days ago, as you said, Rep. Tlaib, Palestinians are not disposable. We should be able to live in a world where our government voluntarily chooses peace, chooses to value humanity unconditionally, chooses not to be complicit. So I admire your sacrifice, and I thank you for your willingness to put yourselves on the line in the name of humanity. History will remember your bravery and your moral clarity. Together we stand here in a state of grief. We grieve and we mourn with the 1,200 Israelis brutally murdered on October 7th. We grieve and we mourn with the over 14,000 Palestinians who've been killed in Gaza in just the last 53 days. 53. We grieve and mourn with all those who have been taken hostage by Hamas and those who arbitrarily have been detained by the Israeli government. We grieve and mourn for those millions who have been displaced and for those whose homes and entire neighborhoods have been decimated. We grieve and we mourn with the loss of entire generations of families. Whole legacies have been removed from the earth. And without a permanent ceasefire tonight at midnight, without an extension, our grief and our mourning will increase as more lives are taken. There are Palestinians right now who may be taking their last meal, who may be meeting with family members for the last time. Oh, we'll extend it a couple days. Well, then in a couple days, there are Palestinians who will be taking their last meal, that will be taking that last moment of time with their family members if we don't enact a permanent ceasefire. On October 16th, joined by 13 of my colleagues, we introduced the Ceasefire Now resolution.
Yes.
Woo! This resolution is clear and it's purposefully straightforward. With just one piece of paper, it states, and I quote, "This resolution urges the Biden administration to immediately call for and facilitate de-escalation and a ceasefire to urgently end the current violence, and calls upon the Biden administration to promptly send and facilitate the entry of humanitarian assistance into Gaza." Straightforward. So right now, there are a lot of people who are trying to stigmatize the word ceasefire as if it's something radical. That's what they do. They try to use words to scare people from being able to walk with their values, even though it's the obvious and it's the critical step that needs to be taken. Effective ceasefire agreements protect civilians and enable humanitarian aid to get to the most vulnerable. It's what we need in order to stop the killing, full stop. But ceasefires are not only about stopping the bombing. A ceasefire will lay the foundation for an inclusive and comprehensive, for those peace talks to proceed. It allows us to foster the conditions to tackle the root causes of the conflict. We must lift the siege on Gaza. We must end the military occupation, dismantle the apartheid system, and hold to account all those responsible for human rights abuses. Those of us calling for a ceasefire, we are in the global majority, as my sister just said. Leaders all over the world, and you just spoke it. Like our UN Secretary General called for a ceasefire. The Pope has called for a ceasefire. The UN and the majority of countries around the world, like you just said, Rep. Tlaib, have called for a ceasefire. Nearly every human rights group under the sun has called for a ceasefire. Over 40 members of the United States Congress have called for a ceasefire, which is a long way from the 13 that we started with. Woo! It's clear that our constituents and people all around the world want a ceasefire. The majority of folks I hear from want peace. It's clear that our relentlessness and our constant pressure, it is working.
That's right.
53 days ago, the people in the house behind us, like my sister said, I feel like we were working on this together, but I promise you we weren't. The folks behind us, in the house behind us, like she said, called us repugnant and disgraceful. And now we are in the midst of a humanitarian pause. Albeit a pause is not enough. We're demanding a permanent ceasefire now. Our movement is working. They feel our energy in the White House. They hear our demands. They see us marching in the streets. They are watching the polls that say that 80%, that breakdown that you gave, Rep. Tlaib, because of us.
Speak on it. That's right.
Because of us and because of this movement. Because you won't quit. Because you know that saving someone else's life is better than you being comfortable in your own. Because of us and our movement, every single day we move closer and closer to that permanent and lasting ceasefire. And don't let people tell you this is not the right type of ceasefire because it doesn't say bilateral or it doesn't say regional. Ceasefire is all parties. It means all parties involved. Ceasefire. This pause, it may have been brokered by the president, but we know that it is our pressure. It is our cause for a ceasefire that brought us to this point. And I believe it will be our cause, it will be our relentlessness that will eventually bring us to a permanent ceasefire. So don't stop, keep up the pressure, keep up the fight, because Palestinians deserve self-determination, deserve peace, deserve safety, deserve wholeness, deserve your humanity, deserve to live. And so we won't stop. So ceasefire now, ceasefire now. Tell your representatives, sign on to the resolution. Thank you.
Thank you, Representative Bush. Now I'd like to invite Congressman Jamal Bowman to give some remarks.
Good evening, everyone. Ceasefire! Now! Ceasefire! Now! Ceasefire! Now! Ceasefire! Now! We demand a permanent ceasefire.
Now.
We demand a permanent ceasefire.
Now.
And the reason is simple. We are against mass murder. We are against genocide. We are against ethnic cleansing. We are against the continued slaughter of civilians. We are against the mass murder of children. And we are for peace. We are for justice. We are for equality. We are for self-determination. We are for love. We are for human rights. And we are for our shared humanity. That's it. It's that simple. We have all read about genocides. We have all read about mass murders. I cannot believe I'm living through one. And I cannot believe I'm living through one, and the U.S. government is condoning it and being complicit. Shame. And please, I mean, it's so gross and disgusting that when we gather for rallies like this, you twist our words to mean things that they don't. Calling for ceasefire does not mean we support Hamas. Does not mean we support the killing of Israelis or Jews does not mean we support anti-Semitism. We're calling for ceasefire because we don't want anyone else to die.
Speak on it.
Anyone else.
Speak on it.
We don't want Israelis to die. We don't want Jews to die. We hate anti-Semitism and we condemn it. But every life is precious. Every life is sacred. And for 100 years, we have dehumanized Palestinian lives. And that is not right. And the more we continue to do that, the more we continue to support the ire towards a certain population of people over another. We cannot do that. We already have the vast majority of the people in Gaza are refugees right now. Where are they going to go? Where are they going to go? Where are they going to live? Is this the second Nakba? We have to have honest and real conversations. The reason why we are at this point is because we have been lying to ourselves and to each other. We have to tell the truth and root the truth in love. I think I still have it on my email, which is innerpeace2@gmail.com, by the way. I think in my closing I still have it. It's a quote by Dr. King. He says, I believe that unarmed truth and unconditional love will have the final say in reality. I want to repeat that. Unarmed truth and unconditional love will have the final say in reality. When I say we have to speak the truth, it's truth that is baked in love and humanity. That is the only way forward. Not just in Gaza, not just in Palestine, not just in Israel, for all humankind. That is the only way forward. It has to be truth. It has to be baked in love. And it has to be baked in humanity. I feel that we, the values, the democratic values that we celebrate as a country are rotten and corrupted at this moment. And the democratic values that we demand of our allies are rotten and corrupt at this moment. Where is our moral compass? Where is our love for all people? Without love for everyone, without the ending of mass murder and our government demanding that it happens, we do not have society. We do not have democracy, and we do not have humanity. So we are calling for a ceasefire to rescue our humanity and to save us from ourselves. So, ceasefire! Now! Ceasefire! Now! Ceasefire! Now! We demand a permanent ceasefire! Now! Thank you so much.
Thank you, Congressman Bowman. We're so grateful for all of the allies in this struggle for true and lasting peace. And that's including our artist partners who signed on to the Artists for Ceasefire letter. 2 of our signatories are here today with us, sharing their time. I'd like to ask actors Cynthia Nixon and Danae Benton to join us now.
Hi. I am so honored to stand here today in solidarity with millions of multi-faith, multi-ethnic voices around the planet screaming for a permanent ceasefire now. What a powerful sound and vibration. Many of us stand up here hungry today in solidarity with millions of Palestinians being starved to death between bombings. Depriving people of food and water is on the list of war crimes in international law's definition of genocide, a list that the U.S. is aiding and abetting Israel to make longer and longer by the second. Bombing hospitals, schools, churches, mosques, temples, and cultural sites, a clear collective punishment. I am a black girl born in Eustis, Florida, a Jim Crow town named after a Confederate general. I have known for a very long time that the U.S. government is not moved by my hunger or the hunger of those who look like me. I have to be honest with you. I do not expect Joe Biden to care about my hunger today. He has seen the same videos of 1-month-old babies being pulled out of the rubble as you and I have. He has seen the same infants rotting in NICU beds in hospitals that were forcibly abandoned. He has not only seen these things, but has contributed U.S. support and spread misinformation that has made these deaths inevitable. Joe Biden knows that most housed American families are one missed paycheck away from being unhoused and hungry. He knows that we have millions of homeless and hungry people here, and yet he commits billions of dollars to Netanyahu to perform criminal acts, heinously disrespecting the name of the Jewish people who, like my people, have survived some of the worst terrors that greedy governments are capable of. And all of this during Native American Heritage Month. The arrogance and the disrespect in the face of the survivors of this nation's violence is truly astounding to me. Unfortunately, I feel quite certain that he is not moved by my hunger at this moment. Biden and many of his colleagues in Congress were running for office at the same time that my parents were surviving the conditions of apartheid in this country. The U.S. government sacrifices its conscience for power as an almost religious practice. Setting your moral compass to the side is in fact a requirement for imperialism to succeed. I am not here so that Joe Biden will be moved by my hunger. I am here because I am moved by the hunger of the people fighting for survival in Gaza and the West Bank, and the dignity of my soul deserves to be moved, and so does yours. We stand here because we are democracy, and we the people do not want this violence to continue in our names. At least 70% of us, to be exact. We don't need the interpretation of a politician or a publication to feel our souls stirred. Families in Gaza are live streaming their trauma directly from the rubble. We have all watched entire family lines cease to exist in seconds. We have watched journalists and doctors and the internet be targeted on the ground because they know that the clarity of injustice is impossible to cover up when it is made visible. I am here because I believe in an ancient principle that when souls come together with intention, energy moves. We are seeing it happen now. And we are moving this energy towards life, not towards more extractive destruction. We are moving our energy towards Palestinian life because we see their precious humanity that deserves to be honored. Joe Biden, I honestly hope that you prove me wrong. I literally pray that you become the most astonishing example of restorative justice that the modern world has seen. That you stop U.S. support to this destruction right this moment and instead move those funds towards repair. That you listen to the millions of people who elected you to be a rational and humane leader instead of shrugging and smiling when asked about a ceasefire. I truly hope that you change. What a miracle of miracles that would be. You do call yourself a Christian, right? As you prepare to light that very big Christmas tree. Well, I have to say that right now I'm very thankful that I will not be with you on the judgment day between you and your God with all of this blood on your hands. But right now, today is also your chance towards redemption. Now, I would love to pour libations in honor of all of the Palestinian and Israeli lives that have been taken in the name of this Nakba. I pour libations for the end of the ongoing Nakba, and I pray that every step we make from this point forward honors the souls of the lives you deserved to live. Ashe and Amen.
Yeah.
Too many civilians have been lost in the last 7 weeks. 1,200 Israelis were killed on October 7th, and 140 were taken prisoner. We are finally, because of a ceasefire, able to see the return of some of those hostages, and it is something that we have prayed for. And one of the most important things I think that has been done since October 7th is we have continued to center the humanity of those people who have died and been taken prisoner, so that we understand it's not just a number, it's a person. These are people who are mothers and fathers and sisters and brothers and sons and daughters who have full lives. And one of the most important things we must do right now is to continue to center the humanity of all of the Israelis and all of the Palestinians who are affected and who are killed and who are taken prisoner. In a moment, we are going to read a few hundred of the names of some of the almost 15,000 Palestinians who have been killed in the last 7 weeks. We will read their names and we will read their ages, and you will notice as we read their full names how many people from one family have been killed. It is staggering when you listen to the numbers and the names, and you understand the loss of entire families and entire lineages. Before we read the names, I would just read this poem by the Palestinian poet Zaina Azam. As many of you probably know, parents have taken to writing names in magic marker on their children's arms and legs, so if they are killed, it will be understandable who they are. And in this poem, the child speaking asks his or her mother to not write any numbers on their leg, but to only write their name because they so fervently wish not to be a number. This is called Write My Name, Mama. Write my name on my leg, Mama. Use the black permanent marker with the ink that doesn't bleed if it gets wet, the one that doesn't melt if it's exposed to heat. Write my name on my leg, Mama. Make the lines thick and clear. Add your special flourishes so I can take comfort in seeing my mama's handwriting when I go to sleep. Write my name on my leg, Mama, and on the legs of my sisters and brothers. This way we all belong together. This way we will be known as your children. Write my name on my leg, Mama, and please write your name and Baba's name on your legs too, so we shall be remembered as a family. Write my name on my leg, Mama. When the bomb hits our house, when the walls crush our skulls and bones, our legs will tell our story, how there was nowhere for us to run.
Now I'm going to invite Sumaya Alwad, who is one of our hunger strikers with Adala Justice Project, to start the vigil.
Thank you, Rania, and thank you to all the members of Congress and to Cynthia and Danae. Every night we've ended the day with a vigil, as you can see, with candles and this blood teardrop to honor and mourn and grieve the thousands of lives lost. And every night we've been reading from a list of over 7,000 Palestinians who have been killed in the last 7 weeks of Israel's bombardment of Gaza. And today we will do that together as well. And we do this, we read their names aloud to honor them and to remember that they are not just numbers, but that they were entire lives and they had whole futures ahead of them. And that is now gone. But that they're with us today and that their spirit is with us today and uplifts us as we go through action and protest and hunger strike every day, that we're doing this for those who are alive, and also for those who we have lost to Israel's bombings. And we do this to say that Palestinians deserve to be grieved, the women, the men, and the children, and that Palestinians deserve to live. We'll start our reading tonight with Congresswoman Tlaib.
So it's a little hard, so bear with me. Nadal Shabat, 21. Janine Salim Abdullah Hamid Al Akhras, 21. Khulud Baraka, 21. Yasin Al Akhras, 21. Abdul Rahman Al Balawi, 21. Muhammad Abu Lahseen, 20. Rawia Al Bayuk, 20. Muhammad Al Akhras, 20. Sahad Abdul Bayuk, 20. Reem Abaras, 20. Ali Fuad Hassan Abu Kutta, 20. Miriam Abu Lahseen, 19. Subh Muhammad Abu Lahseen, 19. Muhammad Al Akhras, 19. Shaheen Abul Toha, 18. Salah Rajab Al Nakib, 18. Sajah Abu Toha, 18. Ahmad Barbaka, 17. Omar Abul Bayuk, 17. Aday Baraka, 17. Mahmoud Baraka, 17. Rada Hamid Al Akhras, 17. Fatima Ammar, 16. Nasneem Al Nakib, 16. Anas Abu Taha, 16. Muhammad Abu Lahseen, 16. Muhammad Faiz Al Muqyad, 15. Mustafa Abu Taha, 15. Khalid Abu Kutta, 15. Ibrahim Baraka, 15. Muntaz Omar Al Bahul, 15. Muhammad Baraka, 15. Muhammad Abdul Qadir Abu Kutta, 15. Rashad Abu Taha, 14. Bahat Abu Ras, 14. Ahmad Abu Taha, 14. Musab Hassan, 14. Mahmoud Abu Taha, 13. Bahad Al Aziz, 13. Muhammad Baraka, 13. Renad Abu Najah, 13.
Lina Hammam Mustafa Abu Toha, age 6. Abdullah Muhammad Jamal Abdel Nasser Al-Zayza, age 6. Karim Zayed Muhammad Al-Muqayyid, age 6. Iman Ibrahim Yusuf Hussein, age 6. Lynn Rayed Naif Al-Sharafi, age 6. Abeda Amer Yawa Al-Balawi, age 6. Sowar Muhammad Kader Abu Toha, age 5. Muhammad Salim Muhammad Abu Kuta, age 5. Abdul Rahman Muhammad Abdul Jawad Abu Ras, age 5.
Maher Assad Maher Abulashin, age 5, Anas Jihad Mahmoud Al-Akras, age 5, Ataf Hudayfa Salah Abu Shekyan, age 5, Juri Abdullah Salah Abu Shekyan, age 5, Muhammad Ibrahim Radwan Shabat, age 4, Ahmed Muhammad Aliyan Al-Bayuk, age 4, Abd Al-Jawad Muhammad Abd Al-Jawad Abu Ras, age 4, Adam Ali Musa Hussein, age 4, Sarah Amer Yahya Al-Balawi, age 4, Lamar Adi Abdel Jawad Abu Ras, age 4, Tala Amin Marwan Abu Shakyan, age 4, Abdul Khaled Radwan Shabat, age 4, Fatin Rajab Muhammad Al-Nakib, age 4, Layan Muhammad Sobi Abu Lashin, age 4, Bayan Abdul Khalik Radwan Shabat, age 4, Maria Hudayfia Salah Abu Shakyan, age 4, Muhammad Rajab Muhammad Al-Nakib, age 3, Ragad Hani Khaled Abu Al-Naga, age 3, Yusuf Hammam Mustafa Abu Toha, age 3, Zain Ziad Ahmed Al-Muqayyad, age 3, Judy Assad Maher Abu Lashin, age 3, Gaith Khaled Radwan Shabat, age 3, Abdel Nur Amin Marwan Abu Shakyan, age 2, Ahmed Oda Muhammad Hussein, age 2, Muhammad Mahmoud Yusuf Hussein, age 2, Asil Muhammad Kader Abu Tuha, age 2, Lian Muhammad Abdul Jawad Abu Ras, age 2, Amir Ahmed Abdul Jawad Abu Ras, age 2, Yahya Gohar Yahya Al-Balawi, age 2, Imad Abdel Kader Imad Al-Bayuk, age 1, Kenan Ahmed Marwan Abu Shakyan, age 1, Adi Adam Jamal Abu Al-Naga, age 1, Muhammad Hani Khaled Abu Al-Naga, age 1, Dahab Muhammad Zaki Al-Akras, age 1, Rana Majd Ramzi Al-Mokyad, age 1, Abdul Rahman Abdul Aziz Yahya Al-Balawi, age 1, Awais Damer Yahya Al-Balawi, age 1, Sasan Mustafa Mahmud Barbak, age 1, Alian Muhammad Alian Al-Abayuk, age 1, Gaith Katab Omar Al-Balul, age 1, Ur Mustafa Muhammad Al-Nakib, age 1, Ela Ude Abdel Jawad Abu Ras, an infant, Amal Muhammad Ahmad Al-Bayuk, an infant, Layan Muhammad Yusuf Hussein, an infant, Asad Maher Abu Lashin Sian, an infant, Mazen Dakir Khalil Shawa, 88, Fatima Ahmed Muhammad Bahrum, 84, Halima Salman Muhammad Balrud, 81, Munawar Shaban Abdullah Musleh, age 65, Mahmoud Farhan Ismail Al-Darawi, age 63, Majid Muhammad Amer Musleh, age 63, Kitam Ahmed Musa Abu Sharbin, age 63, Basim Ahmed Ali Abu Sharbin, age 62, Naeem Salman Muhammad Baroud, age 61, Ibrahim Hamad Muhammad Baroum, age 61, Sabah Muhammad Ahmed Baroum, age 61, Munir Salem Mahmoud Atala, age 61, Sami Youssef Ibrahim Akudari, age 61, Nala Muhammad Mahmoud Abu Nasser, age 61, Ahmed Salim Abdel Dababesh, age 58, Hisham Mustafa Salim Abu Nasir, age 56, Maher Youssef Muhammad Dawas, age 56, Musa Muhammad Mahmoud Abu Nasser, age 54, Iyad Salim Abd Dababesh, age 52, Fazia Hamad Muhammad Bahrum, age 52, Riyad Fatih Suleiman Abu Nasser, age 52, Hamza Ali Ramadan Al-Kudari, age 50, Rayed
Ali Abdullah Baroud, age 50, Wael Abdel Rahman Saleh Al-Qudari, age 49, Omar Ali Khalil Al-Qudari, age 49, Yusri Assad Muhammad Mugafil, age 49, Amna Mahmoud Salman Al-Sawala, age 48.
Yeah, thank you. Is Aldin Kader Muhammad Rashad Abu Toha, 30. Samiha Muhammad Ragab Al-Nakib, 30. Rajad Zuhar Rajab Al-Nagib, 30. Sahim Kamis Abrahim Al-Balol, 30. Alas Atta Judah Abu Shakian, 30. Hanadi Nabil Salem Al-Naqeb, 30. Balsam Basil Muhammad Al-Azriya, 30. Azma Sami Mahmoud Abu Shakian, 29. Maisa Kader Muhammad Rashad Abu Toha, 29. Muhammad Abdel Kader Abu Gutta, 28. Aya Muhammad Yusuf Hussein, 28. Mustafa Muhammad Ragab Al-Naqeb, 28. Asad Maher Sobhi Abu Lashin, 28. Abdel Rahim Osama Hanin Amar, 27. Anas Eid Musa Shabat, 27. Halima Jalal Muhammad Abu Shakian, 27. Salih Hashem Muhammad Abu Al-Naha, 27. Ruif Naguib Muhammad Al-Akras, 27. Ibrahim Khalil Ibrahim Al-Balul, 26. Hussam Ahmed Abdel Bayuk, 26. Yusuf Abdel Kader Muhammad Abu Gutta, 26. Nurman Jamal Anmar, 26. Muhammad Salah Abdullah Abu Shakian, 26. Ala Nayef Abdul Aziz Al-Sharifa, 26. Ezzedine Youssef Mohsen Barbak, 26. Welcome Akram Salim Al-Akras, 26. Shema Imad Abdel Bayuk, 25. Yasir Rafat Tawfiq Bar Baka, 25. Mustafa Salah Abdullah Abu Shakian, 25. Muhammad Raid Muhammad Al-Sharafi, 24. Ahmed Muhammad Musa Shabat, 24. Gader Ayman Mahmoud Abu Al-Naga, 23. Amira Saeed Youssef Al-Azaya, 23. Fami Bashir Fami Amar, 23. Salem Muhammad Gohar Al-Balawai, 23. Samar Riyad Khaled Al-Bayuk, 22. Imam Imad Abdel Bayuk, 22. Abdul Hamed Muhammad Rajab Al-Naqib, 22. Aya Yasir Mahmoud Al-Muqad, 22. Aladdin Maher Subhi Abu Lashin. Muhammad Kader Muhammad Abu Toha, 42. Faithia Jamal Hamdan Al-Azayira, 42. Ziyad Muhammad Mahmoud Al-Muqad, 42. Ahmed Isa Ahmed Al-Sharafi, 42. Dalal Asad Hussein al-Akras, 41. Zainab Amin Fahi al-Sharafi, 40. Salama Muhammad Salama Abu Kuta, 40. Muhammad Yusuf Muhammad Hussein, 40. Mujahid Kader Muhammad Rashad Abu Toha, 39. Jawar Jaya Jawar al-Balawi, 39. Galal Hassan Saleh Abu Lashin, 39. Amna Abdel Kadar Adu Barbak, 39. Hammam Mustafa Muhammad Rashad Abu Toha, 38. Tarer Saeed Rashad Abu Toha, 38. Sama Ismail Atiya al-Mukad, 38. Ahmad Abdel Mohsen Fami Amar, 37. Muhammad Abdel Gawad Muhammad Abu Ras, 37. Wala Nasri Salem al-Azaza, 36. Mervat Hossam Rajad Abu Toha, 36. Hoda Muhammad Ibrahim al-Sharafi, 36. Muhammad Riyad Abdel Karim al-Sharafi, 36. Hani Khaled Mahmoud Abu al-Naga, 35. Muhammad Radwan Hassad Shabat, 35. Asma Ali Hassan Shabat, 35. Wala Kader Muhammad Rashad Abu Toha, 34. Katab Omar Abdel Majid al-Balul, 34. Muhammad Ibrahim Kamas Barbak, 34. Khalif Khaled Mahmoud Abu al-Najah, 34. Isra Ahmed Hussein Abu al-Naga, 33. Reham Sheda Fares El Makwed, 33. Abdullah Salah Abdullah Abu Shakian, 33. Sabrin Mahmoud Saeed Barbak, 32. Islam Moen Jamal Anmar, 32. Mahmoud Youssef Muhammad Hussein, 32. Adam Jamal Suleiman Abu al-Najah, 31. Feda Yeha Gohar al-Balawi, 31. Uday Abdel Jawad Muhammad Abu Ras, 31. Ibrahim Radwan Hassan Shabat, 31. Muhammad Taher Mahmoud al-Bayuk, 31. Rajab Muhammad Rajab al-Naqib, 31. Shahrazad Magdi Suleiman al-Akras, 30.
سماء يسري أسعد أمارة 17. مريم أحمد موسى السوهلي 17. ربا ياسر أحمد أبو الحلول 17. محمد زياد عبد الله أبو شار 17. ديما بشير محمد أبو وردة 16. مازن عرفات مازن أبو آسي 16. عبد العظيم عيد عبد العظيم الجورجي 16. محمد سعدي مصباح حلس 16. محمد زكي محمد كروت 16. إسراء أحمد صبحي الأشكر 16. أحمد أيمن محمد الأمسي 16. عبد الكريم مازن فرج أبو آسي 15. إسلام زياد عبد الله أبو شار 15. معتصم بالله خالد محمد كروت 15. حياة محمد عمر جلمبو 14 نور الهدى رامي عبد الرحمن طفيش 14 أحمد جابر عمر خليل 14 sorry فاروق محمد فاروق أبو وردة 14 نادية يوسف أحمد العمري 14
Thank you to the readers. We'll continue the reading of names of Palestinians who have been killed by Israel's bombs every day through Friday. Today we are on the third day of hunger strike. Friday is the final day. Every day we have a schedule of different events, different groups coming to support us. Tomorrow morning we start the day with a group of black clergy who will be here. And on Friday we start the day with different labor union representatives here to support. So we urge you to support us through that. And we urge you to call your member of Congress and demand they support a permanent ceasefire. We know that this pause will end and the bombs will continue to fall, and the list of names that we're reading from will just grow in numbers. So call your member of Congress, demand a permanent ceasefire, and let's close the day with a chant. Ceasefire! Now! Ceasefire! Now! A pause is not enough. Permanent ceasefire! Permanent ceasefire! Permanent ceasefire! Permanent ceasefire! Permanent ceasefire! Permanent ceasefire! Thank you for joining us today.
What's up, man?